2020 a year in review. For me, it all started, of course, January 1st, like everybody, but 2019 leading into 2020 really impacted me in my life in a way that I don't know how to explain. By the way, this is all just off the dome because I just needed somebody to talk to my phone, so why not? It was crazy to me that coming into 2020, I was the most unconfident, unorganized, like saddest version of myself. And I didn't know what to do about that. Starting college 2019 going to 2020, I started college 2019, it was 1920 school year. And for me, it was just like such a rude awakening being an adult. 2020 started okay for me. 2020 is gonna be my year. You know, I say that every year. 2019 gonna be my year. 2018 gonna be my year. 2017 gonna be my year. But I was like, 2020 is gonna be my year. And it was in a way that is unexplainable to me. First of all, when Kobe died, it really hit me like it was somebody I knew. And it's because he was just, of course he was an inspiration, but I'm like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant, the man who brought me so many fond memories. A man who just, what he stood for was just excellence. Really got me. And then COVID came, of course, and it was the biggest impact on my life so far, being just 20 years old. I mean, COVID really changed everything. I'm sitting in the house I sat in the house for 2 months straight. I didn't leave, I didn't go anywhere. I sat in the house, just did schoolwork. I just sat here, and I swear, I had never been more sad. I had never been more depressed. I had never been just so down on myself, so unconfident in every single way. And going into that summer, I swear, I just felt like my life was over. In like a figurative sense, it just felt like my life meant nothing at all. This was like June. And then I made a conscious decision to make it better in July and just be better. And it was so difficult at first to just attempt to do that. But then I got into that habit. So for a month, I was better. For 2 months, I was better. For 3 months, I was better. October came. I remember I got sick, not like COVID. I had tonsillitis. And tonsillitis really just got to me, you know, it got me down. I wasn't talking to anybody, I couldn't see anybody. I'm just at home again. Got to me for a week. I come back. One of my closest friends, she started a new job and I couldn't see her anymore. She was my only friend at the time. And it killed me. Like, I was just going to practice, coming home. Going to practice, coming home. Going to school, coming home. It was just monotonous. Life became so monotonous this year for me. And I fell out of my routine of being confident. I fell out of my routine of trying to be better for myself, you know. I fell out of the routine of being better. I got so complacent, and it's carried on over. So November came, and I was okay at first. You know, I was fine. But then December came, and this month for me has been one hell of a ride. I mean, to start it all off, you know, COVID has just gotten way worse. It's just nothing we've ever seen before. It's a blessing to me that I've not even had to experience this, you know. And man, I get to the end of the year, which is now, and it's just all going downhill. 2020 was the year of loss. Loss after loss after loss. But I'll tell you another thing. It was also a year of gaining an identity for myself. Gaining knowledge about what I want to do with my life. Gaining new skills to bring to the table in general. You know, coming into 2020, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in my life. I had an idea, but now I feel like I have a firm grasp of what I want to do. And this might sound crazy. I just want to create something I can leave behind, art or something of that nature. And that might sound really vague, but I know exactly what that means for me. Coming into 2020, I didn't understand what loss really meant until I got to it, because I lost the things that were most important to me, interacting with people, talking to people, having opportunity to learn with others, be in a group environment. 2020 took that away from me for so long. COVID-19 took that away from me for so long. In 2020, I finally learned that love isn't just about outwardly loving somebody else. This might sound cliche, but inwardly loving yourself is way more beautiful. Inwardly loving yourself is more practical. And it's easier said than done, of course, but it's easier to love yourself than love somebody else. 2020 showed me that human nature is real. When I say that, human beings are selfish. Human beings do things for the sake of themselves. 2020 showed me that love is conditional. Love doesn't come without its whys and whats in its exchanges. Love comes with that. If we want to admit it or not, if you're with somebody for comfort, if you're with somebody for their physicality, if you're with somebody because they look good, you're with somebody for a reason. There's never unconditional love. The only love that's unconditional is the love you have with yourself and the love you have with God. 2020 showed me that you can do what you want if you really strive for it. Because there were tons of people this year who came out of lockdown a lot better than they came into it. It's possible to overcome adversity in every step of your life. 2020 showed me that regardless of what you go through, you really do gotta keep swimming. You gotta keep pushing. 2020 showed me that I can survive. 2020 showed me that I can be better. 2020 showed me that, well, I'm better than I was last year. And I'll keep getting better as long as I keep surviving and keep moving. 2020 showed me that putting myself first isn't a bad thing. The best thing that 2020 showed me, though, is that life has to always keep moving on, regardless of how we feel, regardless of what's going on. Life moves forward. Death, getting evicted, losing your job, going broke, it doesn't matter. Life is going to continue to move. Time stops for no one. And 2020 really showed us all that, because we took all those things for granted that made life so easy. Just simple as going out without a mask, going to meet up with friends. We took it all for granted, and now it's gone for the moment. 2020 is about opportunity. It's about loss. It's about effort. It's about death and life, beauty, ugliness. 2020 was the year that showed us all that life really is so amusing. And take that how you want to. Amusing doesn't have to mean that it's just fun. Amusing can mean it's entertaining, regardless of what we think of it or not. 2020 was entertaining for us all. It showed us all different sides of each other. 2020 showed me one huge thing. This is the last thing, seriously. I know you was waiting on it. It showed me that 2021 is going to be even better, baby.